Greetings to all fans of good movies. In this video, I'm going to tell you about romantic comedy film The Girl Next Door. The high school seniors are having their photos taken for the graduation album. Each of the students recalls fun moments associated with their studies. Some excelled in sports competitions, some remember endless parties, and some simply had a great time with their friends. However, our character can't recall anything interesting other than his diligent studying. Matthew Kidman is the class president. While his peers were out socializing and making new acquaintances, he studied diligently for admission to a prestigious university. The guy has two friends, Eli and Klitz, who also aren't very popular among their peers. Together, they attend a school assembly dedicated to the seniors' prom night. Approaching the microphone, Matthew talks about the student exchange program. Their school managed to raise $25,000, which means the brilliant guy from Cambodia, Samnang, will be able to move to America and become a student at their school. After the assembly, group of graduates decide to skip classes to hang out together at the beach. Matthew suggests to his friends for the first time to skip studying and go with them, but the friends find reasons not to do this, and our character doesn't dare to run away alone. Coming home, the guy sees an unfamiliar car parked at the neighboring house, but doesn't care about it. Matthew has already been accepted to study at Georgetown, but education at this university costs a lot of money. There is only one scholarship place left for his specialty, and with a good entrance speech, he can get it.
So why do I deserve this scholarship?
Entering his room, the guy immediately calls Eli and tells him about his new hot neighbor. Approaching the window, he sees the girl starting to undress. Frozen by what he has seen, our character watches what is happening. Suddenly, the stranger turns around and notices the spying. Soon, the doorbell rings. Going downstairs, the guy sees his parents talking with their new neighbor.
What are you doing up there?
Nothing.
The girl's name is Danielle. She specially came from LA to look after her aunt's house. Parents ask their son to give neighbor a short tour of the neighborhood. Driving away from home, Danielle stops and asks the guy if he liked what he saw. Flustered, our character starts apologizing, but it's not enough for the neighbor. She makes the guy step onto the road and undress completely in front of her. Then she pressing the accelerator pedal and leaves him naked in the middle of the street. After teasing him a bit, the girl lets Matt into the car and they arrive at a cafe together. The shy guy asks Danielle to tell him a little about herself. It turns out the girl recently quit her job and moved to her aunt's place to start fresh in a new environment. Smiling, she also mentions that she's single. The beauty asks the guy about his wild antics he managed to do as a graduate. At first, Matthew pretends there were so many that he can't remember them all, but soon admits that he actually has trouble with that. Danielle responds that he just needs to meet the right girl who will inspire him to do incredible things. Then she hands him a sheet of paper with a drawn girl on it. Upon return, Matthew simply says goodnight to his new neighbor and leaves to go home.
Good night? What are you, gay?
At school, Eli chides his friend for missing the moment and boasts that he could have easily slept with a girl in his place. Matt replies that it wasn't the right moment, but admits that he should have kissed her goodbye. Later, sitting in class, he notices Beauty in the window. Looking at her, he decides for the first time to skip school. While his classmates sit in a boring class, Matthew has fun in the company of a cute girl. In the evening, Danny brings Guy to the house with the swimming pool. Girl undresses and jumps into the water, and of course Matthew follows her.
What's the craziest thing you've done lately?
This is right up there.
The owner of the house turned out to be the school principal, Mr. Salinger. Seeing him, Matt starts to get nervous, but Danielle quickly reassures him. The guys manage to sneak back to the car unnoticed. Later, Matt introduces the neighbor to his friends. Seeing the beauty, the guys are literally speechless.
Dude, I know. Dude, I know.
In the evening, the whole group comes to the home party. Everyone immediately notices an attractive girl who came in the company of the nerds. Taking Matt aside, the schoolboys try to hit on the stranger. Seeing this, our character finally decides to show his feelings, so he pushes his opponent away and kisses the girl in front of everyone.
Dude. I know.
The next day at school, Eli can't wait to show a friend an interesting video. Before watching it, he tells the guy to sit down, just in case. The tape is of an adult film in which Daniel takes part. After watching it, Matt has a sudden change of mood. He says that he does not want to see his neighbor anymore, but Eli, on the contrary, suggests not to miss his chance and soon sleep with the star.
Matt, please, Matt, for me!
After arriving home, Matt begins to behave very differently in the company of a girl. He is constantly plagued by naughty thoughts. Following his friend's advice, he buys a drink and takes Danny to a cheap hotel. Realizing that the guy has found out her secret, the beauty slowly undresses and starts flirting with Matt.
So this is what you think of me.
Danielle, wait, I'm sorry. Why didn't you just tell me?
Forget it.
Alone now, Matt can't focus on his usual tasks. He constantly thinks about Danny. Graduation is just around the corner, yet he still hasn't prepared his commencement speech. One day, our character goes to Neighbor's place and asks for her forgiveness, but the girl is not alone at home. A former producer has come to her, intending to bring her back into the industry.
So you're friends with D, huh?
Well, we're kind of going out.
During a sex education class, Matt tells his friends about his difficult situation. At this point, the students are shown an outdated film about the benefits of contraception, which they all consider completely useless.
Jesus, what hack made this?
Kelly arrived at the school towards the end of classes, understanding how difficult it must be for Matt right now, so he wants to support him. The producer suggests going for a ride to get to know each other better. Coincidentally, today our character needs to deliver banking documents for the arrival of a brilliant Cambodian student. At the bank, Matt has to introduce the man as his student advisor to avoid unnecessary questions. Later, the guy learns that Danny, along with Kelly, is planning to go to Vegas for a film festival. He reminds the neighbor that she wanted to start a new life, but Danny says she doesn't belong here. After that, Beauty gets in the car and leaves. In the next scene, friends console our character, but he doesn't agree to give up so easily.
Hey, Dad?
No, don't wait up.
God, I just want to bang hot chicks.
Guys heads to Vegas for a film festival. Matt searches for his neighbor, while the friends simply take in the surroundings. Kelly, accompanied by the girl, negotiates with partners about future filming. At that moment, our character interrupts their dialogue. He says that the girl is actually better than all of this. Then he hands over the drawing he received from her on their first date at the cafe. Next day, the neighbors reconcile, and together they arrive at the school. Today is an important day for Matthew. In the evening, the scholarship competition will take place. Suddenly, Kelly interrupts the lesson. The producer takes the guy away and forcefully puts him in his car. He says he lost a large sum of money because Danny terminated her contract with him. The man blames our character for this. Driving out of town, he beats up the guy, then apologizes and gives him a painkiller pill. The producer suggests that Matt redeem his guilt through theft. Together, they approach another producer's mansion. Kelly asks to steal an award statue for him, which is awarded in their field for the best film. With difficulty, Matt manages to steal the statue, but the producer abandons him. In the next scene, Matthew goes home with his friends. From his behavior, we understand that the painkiller pill actually had a narcotic effect. The competition is about to begin, and our character cannot control his actions. The group stops at Danny's place, and she helps Matthew pull himself together. In the scholarship banquet, Matthew's antics attract a lot of attention. Soon, the competitive part begins. The contenders take turns reading their commencement speeches. Matthew also takes the stage. He is still under the influence of the drug, so the prepared text blurs before his eyes. He throws away his note cards and, without hesitating to use some rough language, starts saying what he really thinks. Instead of beautiful memorized phrases, our character practically confesses his love to his girl next door. At the end of his speech, the whole hall erupts in applause.
This year was a very tough decision. Ryan Winger.
On next day, the disappointed guy goes to the bank. He wants to withdraw money to pay for the flight of the gifted Samnang. However, he's told that the account has already been closed. Yesterday, his student advisor came to the bank and took all the money. So our character faces a new problem. He needs to come up with $25,000 quickly, or there will be serious consequences. After consulting with Danny, couple come up with nothing better than making their own film with the help of friends.
I'm in. No.
Danielle invites acquaintances actresses to act in the film, while Matt negotiates its promotion with the producer from whom he previously stole the award. Friends decide to shoot the film at the senior prom.
Gentlemen, these are your prom dates. April and Ferrari.
With this company, the group arrives at the school. When asked why they have filming equipment, Matthew answers that they are simply shooting for the video yearbook. The guy quickly finds the missing actors for his movie among the graduates, and filming process begins. While the crew records various scenes and changes decorations, the neighbors spend time together on the dance floor. The film is shot. In the limousine on the way home, the whole group celebrates their success, after which our characters finally enjoy spending time. The next day, Eli informs his friend over the phone that the film cassette is missing. Coming home, Matt sees Kelly sitting at the table with the school principal and parents. Left alone, the producer offers to take him as a partner. Otherwise, he threatens to publicly reveal the stolen cassette, thereby ruining all of Matt's future plans. Our character responds that he doesn't care anymore. Kelly calls the adults over and turns on the television. We see that the film on the tape is about sex education. It looks a bit racy, but still better than the outdated films usually shown to teenagers in school.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
You just might have something here, Matthew.
Educational institutions begin to purchase the new educational film massively. This allows Matt to bring a brilliant student to his school. He was also able to fully pay for his education at a prestigious university. Things turned out well for his friends, too. Now, when asked, "What will I never forget?" the guy really has something to answer. Thanks to everyone who watched until the end. Share your opinion about the film below in the comments.